Welcome back, everyone, to our career mode series of NASCAR Heat 3. So we're now moved a little bit further forward in the season. We're going to have to take some bigger jumps like this to keep things moving along, because we're going to have at least one, if not a couple of seasons in Cup in order to get things to where we want them, because ultimately I think I want to get back to owning our own team, and $4.5 million doesn't seem reachable at this point in the season between now and the end of the season, running only Xfinity and Truck Series races for the most part. And that brings us to our next race. You notice it says the Geico 500 at Talladega. That is our next Monster Energy Cup hot seat offer. We're going to once again be in a 3-star ride, but they're going to pay us $150,000 for getting a top 35 finish. So let's see if we can make it happen. All right, folks, it's time for another hot seat offer at Talladega. We're in the number 13 Geico Chevrolet, and so we have the title sponsor of the race on our car. No added pressure there at all. All right, the main thing here is not so much the setup, but the gearing. Do we have the gearing anywhere close to right? 3-star rides are notorious for having no horsepower whatsoever. So the gearing you have to use in order to get any speed out of them is certainly much different than what you would use for a fully upgraded car. So if I did a pretty good job on the gearing, then we should be okay as far as that goes. And then we'll just ultimately have to see what kind of speed we've got. Again, it's a 3-star ride, so we're not expecting much. I have turned down the difficulty a little bit, down to just hard instead of legendary. All right, we are going to push Gaulding as much as we can. And you can see he's pulling away from us. We just need to get to the top 35. So what I'm really hoping is that these guys in front of us get and stay 2 and 3 wide. Because right now it's not looking good for our speed. We get a run every so often, but it's not a big run and it doesn't last for very long. So I'm trying to tuck in behind these other cars as much as I can.
Still there?
Because that's the only thing that's helping us to even keep up, much less trying to make up spots.
Still there?
All right, I had to tap the brake a little bit there because we were running up on Gaulding very quickly.
Still there?
So it's going to be a short race. I wanted it to be fairly short because we're in a 3-star ride and those are not terribly fun to drive.
Stay on the bottom here for me. Still there?
All right, so we are foot to the floor, and this is really all the speed we have. We are hustling it, trying to stay with the bottom groove at this point. All right, so once again, we need them to stay side by side as well as 3 wide if at all possible, because that's the only way I see us making up spots. All right, so we've made it to the top 35. We just need to stay here. And that seems like something that's easier said than done at this point. But again, I'm going to try to keep this bottom groove. I'll try to keep intact with these guys in the draft as much as I can. All right, we've made up a couple of extra spots. I like it. All right, we are not going to get on the brakes. Instead, we're going to push William Byron through turns 1 and 2.
Clear high, bud.
All right, I'm going to tap the brake a little bit.
Careful, still there?
Pushing the AI doesn't really seem to help give them a whole lot of speed. Of course, right now we're jam-packed in this draft so tightly that it's hard to go anywhere anyway. You basically just have to root and gouge your way through with the way the AI work at this track. Oh, look out.
Careful now, still there.
This is why I'm glad we don't have the double yellow line in this game, because sometimes you just need an escape route.
Clear all around.
Wow, we're up to 27th right now. The way this race started, I did not think that was going to be a possibility. So we're not quite halfway through the race, so there's still plenty of time for things to happen. But again, our goal is to stay on the bottom. We do not want to get caught in that second group because we'll go straight to the back in all likelihood.
You just posted your best lap ever. That's awesome.
So I really appreciate my spotter focusing on the fact that we just ran our best lap ever, which means absolutely nothing at Talladega. And of course, this would be our first laps at Talladega in a Cup car, so it's not too hard to break your records when this is your first few laps. But yeah, with everything that's going on at Talladega, I'm glad he's focused on lap times instead of the important stuff like, you know, are we clear? Are we 2 wide, 3 wide? Oop, we do not want to get to the outside of David Reagan. All right, so our positioning on the track is perfect. We're in 23rd. We do not get extra money for finishing ahead of the top 35. So even if we won the race, we would get no more money than finishing 35th. But of course, we're racers. We want to win if there's a race. So we're going to get all the positions we can. And we're roughly halfway through the race now. And we're trying to break into the top 20. I'll take that. Trying to drag that brake a little bit to keep from being right on top of Trevor Bain. We could get to his inside, but then we couldn't stay there. We didn't have enough momentum to stay there. Try to let it drift up a little bit in the corner. Nope, he blocked us out there. I was going to try to get to his inside coming off the corner.
Stay on the bottom here for me. Careful, still there.
All right, I am on the brakes trying to stay off of him, but that is very difficult. So we're getting the accordion effect up in front of us, and you can see it's pretty tightly packed on this bottom groove.
Careful now, still there.
So if you had speed and you could jump up into that second groove, then you can definitely get some things going.
Clear all around.
All right, nice little run here. We got 5 laps to go. So far, the race has been fairly uneventful, which is good for us, because our focus is on completing the hot seat offer, so that hopefully in the future, our next hot seat offers will be from 4-star and then finally 5-star rides by the end of the season. Oh, I hear tires squealing, and there it goes. Oh, wow. All right, we're going to try to hold it up here against the wall. Well, never mind, that didn't work out. All right, folks, so that's how quickly things can change in the Cup Series. Wow. That is absolutely huge. So now what I'm going to do is basically try to finish this race off. I see a bunch of cars going down pit road. I don't know what that means for us, but we're going to try to finish this thing off. And in fact, let's see. I'm trying to get an idea if we can see where the leader is. I do not want to block the leader. We're in 36th right now. I would really like to see a replay of what happened, because all I knew is we were going through the corner just fine, and then we weren't. We were turned dead right, so no idea. I can barely see anything over our completely trashed front end. There's no way we should be driving this thing right now. All right, 35th ahead of us is Brendan Gaughan, and wow. he's easily pulling away from us. So he apparently was not involved in the accident or only sustained minor injuries. So I feel like our only shot was to keep going. If we came into the pits, then we were going to lose tons of time, and I just don't feel like we would have been able to make that up. But maybe I was wrong. I actually don't have experience with trying to fix this type of damage, so I have no idea. Right now we're just going to try to finish this thing off. Wow, I can see nothing out of the front of this car. Let's just see, can we make the corner? There we go, there's the bottom groove. So we're running a whopping 159 miles an hour, which certainly would not pass minimum speed. What a drastic turn of events. Everything was going fine. Oh, look out. I did not see them coming. My bad. Let's get out of the way.
One more to go.
All right. Woo. That was intense. I was so focused on trying to see what was going on above my hood and trying to make the next corner that I totally did not see. Man. So of course, one of the easy options here would be to simply escape out of the race and restart it or something along those lines. But for me, this is just the way racing goes sometimes. Alright, at this point I'm just trying to stay out of the way. We'll just ride this wall. And there you go, there's one of the wrecked cars that just passed us. So our gamble to try to finish the race without pitting to fix the damage did not work out so well for us. But we're going to limp it home regardless. Alright, so now the biggest thing for me is, do we get to see a replay of this? Hopefully. Let's actually take a look. Well, let's see, it's going to pick it up from the start. Let's just let it ride for a minute. And let's see if we get to... Alright, now let's move forward. Alright, which lap was that? That was about lap 9, I believe. Alright, so on lap 9, we're still in the running here. Still running just fine. Okay, I see. Oh, there it was. There it was. Wait, let's go back. Let's do that again. So I saw smoke by somebody. Who was that at running the second or third groove? Still can't tell who it was. Wow, we got hit in the right rear and turned dead right. Yeah, that will not make for a happy time. So 37th position will not fulfill our duties in the hot seat. Man, what a disappointment, but like I said, that's the way racing goes. Somehow we managed to have the fastest lap. I'm not sure how that happened. But we'll take our medicine and we'll keep going. That is certainly going to set us back in our next hot seat offers. Wow. We did pick up almost 21,000 fans though. So, hey, there's always a positive to be taken from it. We missed out, so I hate seeing that goose egg on the payout. Really? Really, Brendan Gaughan? Come on. Wow. That's staggering. Maybe he was one of them we pinballed off of during that wreck. Don't know. Who knows? All right, so now at this point, let's just do the easy one because I'm not going to be running a lot of these races. Again, we've got to move forward into the season some and get closer and closer to the playoffs. So as much as I hate it, because Martinsville, Dover, Kansas, I mean, these are all tracks that I really enjoy running, but we just don't have time to do them all. So we'll choose the easy here, and that'll do it for today. Thank you very much for joining me in a very eventful Talladega hot seat offer.